Welcome to Thoughts Can Change Your Life with me, Reverend Lee. Today, I thought I'd talk about how to go from hard to easy. And what got me on this topic was I've got a deck that needs to be repaired, replaced. I didn't know where to begin. And it was daunting to me. What do I do? Where do I go? It's not often you have a deck replaced, and people around me have not had deck replaced. And so I said, well, what do I do? Well, the first thing I did was I decided, well, what kind of deck do I want to put in there? So I went to Lowe's and I went up to a gentleman who worked in the wood department. And I talked about regular wood, pressure treated wood, composite materials. And he talked to me about the benefits of composite. And then he said to me, he says, we don't give recommendations, but go to Angie's List. So I went there and I posted what I needed. And now I'm sitting here waiting for bids to come back. Here's the key thing. We can go from things that are hard to easy by chunking them down, by making them smaller tasks. And we take one task at a time. And when we complete one task, it will lead us to the next task. And then that will lead us to the next task so that we don't become overwhelmed. That's true with anything. It's like, I know I have a cold plunge coming. Well, same thing happened there. What do I do? And I said, well, the first thing I need to do is, do I have the electrical requirements? So I took care of that. And then I did the other things one step at a time. So let's look at it from the standpoint, how do I connect to the infinite? One moment at a time in the silence, in meditation. How do I do that? I begin every day meditating. If you're not a regular meditator, you start with a couple minutes. And then a few weeks later, go to 3 minutes. And then go to 4, then to 5. One step at a time. You see, you can't make huge gargantuan gains. You're not ready for it. I was listening to an individual talk about how to connect with your kundalini and to awaken it, to awaken that third eye, to take you into other dimensions. And he said this, he says, too many people want to get there too fast. And the fact is, they're not ready for that type of energy. I understand that. To awaken the energy within you, if you're running and you've got a very, very low bandwidth, you can't go from a bandwidth of 10 to a bandwidth of 100 overnight. You'll blow yourself up. You'll blow the circuit up. You'll blow the wire up. What you do is you go from 10 to 11 to 12, and you progress upward. It's the same thing when you're building wealth. It's the same thing when you're building trust. You don't trust someone the first time you meet them, because what you'll find from your experience is you're going to get burned. But you trust people when you start building history. I can share that real easily. I trust my wife emphatically. We've been together over 50 years, and we trust each other. I can trust my sons. I've got 30-some years with each of them. I trust my sons. My granddaughter, I can trust that she's going to want to just have fun. My best friend, Naranjan, I trust my friend Naranjan completely. I've got 13 years with him. You see, we in humans, we try to go too big, too fast. And when we go too big, too fast, we make it hard. In fact, we make it impossible because you're not ready for it. I'm going to take on a subject here right now. I'm going to take on technology. We've got these phones. More technology in one of our phones than put a person on the moon. A lot more technology. But I'm going to say this. I don't believe we were emotionally and we had the level of awareness to deal with it. And so what do you see out there? You see people addicted to social media. You see people addicted to their phones. You see people no longer communicating. You see people having pulled back from life and their life becomes their phone. They weren't ready. Everything is a step-by-step process. That's how we are with a physical body, with an ego. We are spiritual beings, but we're not that spiritual being that can expand into the infinite because we have a body and we have an ego. And so knowing that that's the case and knowing that our thoughts create, we can take our thoughts and create a life one thought at a time. Not 5 zillion thoughts at a time and bypass everything. So all you beautiful souls that are listening right now, is this making sense to you? Diane says, thank you for commenting, Diane. Diane says, ugh, technology has been a challenge for me. New iPhone. I learn a little bit every day. Make the iPhone work for you. Don't you become a slave to the phone. If you're at dinner with someone, a friend, a partner, your loved one, your family, and you've got that phone and you're constantly looking at it, you've got a Jones. You got to put that friggin' phone down. When you're with someone, be with that person. When you're doing a task, do that task. Put aside that technology. It's just a disruption. It's going to make your life hard, not easy. It's going to distract you. It's going to take you off focus. Take back your power. Isn't it time we did? That's a good message for today. I'm pleased with where we went. So I share to you, if you have not joined me for a healing session where we heal people through going into deep meditation and knowing wholeness and oneness, join me tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central Time. You can get the Zoom link by going to agapespiritualcenter.com and go to the calendar. I promise, as I guide you through this, you will not only give love, you will heal yourself. With that, beautiful ones, create your best day. Only you can. Until next time, aloha.